What's going on, everyone? It's showtime. This is episode 19 of BT Live. This is Backtrack Cinema. I'm your host, Jason Nike, and this is 1,000 subscribers Q&A. There are way too many of you to thank, so ask your questions, all that jazz. It's 9:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I am just east of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So, man, guys, we did it. We did it. We conquered. We came. We kicked ass. It's awesome. And I have to thank all of my subscribers, other channels, content creators who support me. Obviously, we got my YouTube members here, Nick Cooling, the Night Watch Zone, Dave Carney, and Brandon Meacham. Just love you guys so much. All your support is absolutely freaking amazing. So yeah, just for the next hour, you guys can ask me anything. Maybe I'll just jabber and a bit about the YouTube journey a bit. We all have a different kind of YouTube journey for sure. Um, I've been on YouTube since 2020 midsummer around June, I believe. I had a channel that was the J Man's Movie Cave. That's why a lot of people know me as the J Man. It was the J Man's Movie Cave. I abandoned that channel, went through some personal stuff, rebranded 2022 of November. 15 months later, here we are. Never give up, everyone. Never give up. Do what you love, all that jazz. And yeah, so many of you to thank. Let's see who's here. The View with Drew says, "Hey, everybody, what's up? What is up with you, man? Thank you so much for showing up." My boy, Jinja Ninja says, "Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I can't wait for you to conquer this milestone, buddy, because you are one awesome content creator." And he follows up with, "Congrats to the 1K. Thank you so much, man." My boy, Brett Man, Good Real, said, "Congratulations on 1,000 subs, J Man." Thanks, Brett Man. I mean, we go way back, don't we, dude? We go way, way back, me and Good Real Hunting. The Brett Man and the Brad Man, great guys. Definitely want to subscribe to their channel for sure. And yeah, so I did not think I would be here sitting with you celebrating 1,000 subscribers for sure. Not this soon, anyway. I thought it'd be another year and a half away from that. So it's how fast I got there that really, really surprises me. Was pretty confident I would get to 1,000 eventually. Not this fast, though. Not this fast. Just amazing. I don't know what I'm doing right, but obviously you guys like what I'm doing. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy to talk reviews and rankings from, 80s and the 90s, vintage movies, getting in on the action. That's one thing I'm starting to realize that people are knowing me for, which is what I wanted. That was one of the goals of the channel. So for sure, yeah. Who do we got here? Tim, a very good supporter of my channel. Good friend. Huge congrats, Jason. 1,000 subs. You're here, kick ass, and chew bubblegum, and you're all out of bubblegum. I certainly am out of bubblegum, but I'm pounding down the monster. I'm pounding down a monster for you guys. Austin from SBC Unleashed said, "Jason, congrats, brother. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. I know you're a subscriber. You're a great content creator too. So you're one of the 1,000, my friend. So thank you very much." And it was really strange when I started this channel. My first review was Teen Wolf because I really wanted to show people, like, this is vintage cult classics. It's kind of like a horror comedy. Busted out that review first. Then I thought, you know what? I'm going to go through the Dirty Harry and the Death Wish franchises. I never saw any Dirty Harry movies before I reviewed them. So I went through those. Then I was doing Death Wish at the same time. Then I was doing, I did my top 10 action films, which reached over 5,000 views. Then I did my top 10 80s slasher movies, my top 10 80s non slasher movies. So the 80s definitely is something that has really worked for me. talking a lot of action, talking some horror, some sci-fi, all that kind of stuff. And it's just been, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing right, to be honest with you. So, but it's working though. It's working though. But if I have any advice to anybody who's trying to reach that 1,000, I guess I would say be consistent. I think consistency is what really got me here. I don't think I've gone more than a week without something on this channel in the past 15 months. That is probably a huge, huge thing that's going to get you there. Um, I would also say make use of your pre recorded videos, do live streaming, produce shorts, and really engage with your community tab. I got a lot of you from the community tab. I mean, I think just putting polls out, to seeing how everyone is. So I think you got to really put yourself on Instagram or Facebook. Although I think um social media, I felt I didn't grow that much with it, but I met a lot of great people that I got a few subs here and there. But if I was just to give any advice to people who are struggling on YouTube or whatever, I'd say, really make use of the whole platform. You know what I mean? I mean, the shorts have really pushed me over the edge, kind of thing. I feel like it's also a different audience. It's almost like running two different channels, but hey, hopefully more and more people will show up because yeah, absolutely. Um Ninja says random question time. Okay, that's what we're here for. Let's ask some questions. He says favorite Chuck Norris movie. Oh, this is an easy one. Easy one. That is Lone Wolf McQuade, my friend. I love Lone Wolf McQuade. It was on my top 50 80s movies of all time. It's one of my favorite action movies. I love the spaghetti western feel of it. Chuck Norris and David Carradine going at it. That end fight is still one of my favorite fights of all time. And the way the score is driving that fight, the it's so good. You know what I mean? That spaghetti western feel. But yeah, I love the Texas Ranger Lone Wolf McQuade, man. And it has Dana Kimmel in it from Friday the 13th Part 3. Um I forget her name who plays the woman there, Barb or something. I forget, but yeah, Jinja, I absolutely love uh Lone Wolf McQuade. I just like how blue collar Chuck Norris is, how tough he is. He's dirty and greasy through the whole movie. Like he looks like a mechanic through the whole movie. He's got that dirty truck with the freaking supercharge on it. Um and apparently, David Carradine and Chuck Norris, two different fighting styles, two guys who apparently at that time did not like each other. So you watch that fight, there's some real, there's some real rivalry there, I think. They said just put the camera on them and let them go. But yeah, Lone Wolf McQuade for me, Ginger. Lone Wolf McQuade for me, for sure. For sure. And I do want to start doing Q&As more regularly, for sure. Um Ginger says, "Nice. I have not seen it in a long time, but it's time for a rewatch. It definitely is. I want to do a watch party with that one for sure. I want to review that one eventually. I did a review on my old channel on that movie, so it'd be great to revisit that for a review. I'd like to see you review it, man. I still haven't had a chance to watch your Invasion USA one. Um I reviewed Invasion USA for the Alphabet Action Movie Challenge, which will be finished, everybody. I had a hard time deciding what to review for the last letter. I'm gonna say Z. I don't know how you guys say it. Z, Z. I'll say Z. Um, but I decided I think I'm gonna go end that series with Zack Snyder's Justice League action, and it starts with Zack Snyder's. So that letter's really difficult, but I'm definitely gonna finish that. I'm not really so concerned about I'm not so concerned about finishing series all the time because I watch one thing, I'm like, "Oh, I want to talk about this now." And so if I keep sticking to a series, then I feel like I'm forced to finish it. So I just kind of bounce around. One day one day I'll be talking Lethal Weapon. It could be the next week. It could be Die Hard. The next week it could be something else. You know what I mean? I might just throw a horror. I just do whatever's on my mind, and I think that's a good way for a channel to be. Do what you want to talk about for sure. So I this week was actually I was taking a week off. Just been doing some editing. I've been taking a week off, and then all of a sudden I hit 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, "Shit! I gotta thank everyone. I definitely gotta thank everyone." And another thing too, guys, is your engagement has been amazing, man. Like through this channel, like even when I only get 50, 60 views on a review or something, I'll get like 10 comments. So the engagement's been great with the reviews, the rankings, the community, the shorts. Excuse me, guys. Um, so I'm very proud of that, and that I've had some of the nicest comments from all you guys. All the subscribers and everything. And like, I had someone tell me the other day that I'm better than Siskel and Ebert. Let's not push it that far. Let's not push it that far. But what a great comment, though. Ginger says I have to complete the series or what I'm doing before moving to a new thing, OCD or something. Yeah, yeah, it used to bother me. It doesn't bother me no more. Like I did Friday the 13th 1 and 2. I haven't finished that. Um, I've done Nightmare on Elm Street 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll get back to them when I'll return to them. But I there's like I've done the 3 Rambo movies. I got 2 more to go. I'm all okay with it. I get it though. I get it. It's like it's lingering. Oh, I gotta finish that. I gotta finish that. I gotta finish that. But it can be tough. It's tough. But hey, it's working. A super force alien lands on Earth with electrical powers and is about to erase every movie ever existed. You're hired to save the movies. All you can save is 3 movies. The rest will be gone forever. Go. All right. I love you, Tim. These questions are amazing. The original Rocky, as you can see, the original Rocky has to be there because Rocky feels like I'm hanging out with a best friend. And if I'm going to save a movie, it's going to be Rocky because there's a more personal attachment to that character and that movie. So that is definitely in there. Um, this is where it gets freaking hard. This is where it gets hard. Um, Today I'm gonna say Predator. I've been in a freaking jacked up Predator mood. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. If I'm gonna take an action movie, jacked up guys, with Sonny Landham, Arnold, Carl Weathers, rest in peace. I'm gonna be taking some Predator with me. I'm saving some Predator. We have to have it on the list. I'll probably take today. I'll take that one over Aliens. So we got Rocky, we got Predator. Oh man, this is tough. Um, do I go horror or do I do go for a comedy for the third one? I don't know. I don't know, man. You know what? Fuck it. Let's say Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Absolutely love that flick. We have to have something that's gonna make us laugh if I'm only gonna have 3 movies the rest of my life. But I gotta have First Blood, don't I? Do I have to have First Blood? I can't decide. Let's go with Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Predator, and Rocky. Let's go with those 3 today, Tim. Those are my 3. Those are my 3. Ginger says you can go into and live as part of any movie universe, part of the film, but not as the main star. Which movie? Oh, sorry, live. You can go into and live as part of any movie universe, part of the film, but not as the main star. But not as the main star. Which movie? Ooh, that is a tough one. All right, so I can go live in part of any movie universe, but I can't be the main star. Man, hmm. Okay, it's got to be a world I really, really like. It's got to be a world I really, really, really like. Um, Geez, that's tough. You know, I really like the world in Lord of the Rings. If I could just stay in the Shire forever, that'd be kind of fun. Um, I wouldn't have to be the main character. Just stick me in the Shire, let me drink beer, let me hang out, all that kind of stuff. I do like that world. Um, I love Planet of the Apes world, the world building in Planet of the Apes, but I wouldn't have to be the main character. If we're talking the original, I don't have to be Charlton Heston. You know what I mean? I could be one of the apes. I could be one of the freaking apes, man. Yes, I'll be Caesar. I'll be Caesar, leader of the apes. Yes, that's what I would be. Um, Being a random Jedi in the Star Wars world, that'd be pretty awesome. That'd be pretty awesome. Um, Friday the 13th, Part 6. Jason Lives. I want to be Court in the trailer. I want to be Court in the trailer with Nikki. You guys know what I'm saying. When the trailer's knocking, or when the trailer's rocking, don't bother knocking. Jason, your intros to your reviews are almost as good as your reviews. Absolutely gold. We appreciate you, Jason. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I like it's hard. The first thing I do, guys, is try to come up with a hook. Whether if that's I just quote the movie line, just talk, "Hey, we're reviewing this today." Put a movie clip in there. I try to hook the audience. You know what I mean? So I'm glad you appreciate it, Tim. I'm working with a lot more. I'm doing a lot more scripting with some of the videos where I just do complete voiceover. Um, that way, when I come down here, I record it fast because I've already. So sometimes I take a week of just writing out what I'm going to say. I'm working on one right now called Aliens versus Predator, where I do 9 rounds of character versus character, like Dutch versus Ripley, Mac versus Vasquez, Hudson versus Hawkins, Dylan versus Gorman, the Predator versus the Alien Queen. It's just taking me a long time to edit it. It's not going to be a long video, but it's shaping up to be a really good video. So absolutely, Kyle, my man, what's going on? Flet's movie and pop culture 13 says, "Hey Jason and everyone, how are you, man?" Oh and yeah, Jin just says, good pick for sure." Yeah, yeah, but no, guys, it really has been a blast. Um, Providing content for you guys. I'm a pre-recorded guy. I just love coming down here, putting a production together. Obviously, I'm not afraid of heavy editing, as you guys have seen with my videos. I like getting the community involved in a lot of them. I like my top 50s. I absolutely love doing. You know what I mean? I like moments videos. You know what I mean? And as promised, I put on my community poll as promised because I hit 1,000 subscribers. So you guys, according to my poll, anyway, you guys want me to do my top 100 films of all time. So that's going to be a big production. That's going to take me a while, but I will get that out to you guys. Obviously, I'm not going to sit there and talk about every movie. It will be like I'll have montages through it, but I'm gonna try and talk about 30 of them, probably 30 or so of them. Ones that I haven't talked about yet on the channel will be nice. You know what I mean? So that will be coming. I got a lot of ranking videos coming, and yeah, I've got some live streams. A live stream next week, watch parties and stuff. Tim says DeLorean, Batmobile, Millennium Falcon, or pick one you want to take for a rip. I think this one's easy. I'm taking the DeLorean for a rip. I love the Millennium Falcon. You know what I mean? I'd love to sit there in the cockpit, you know, go to warp speed, but I'm going the DeLorean. The DeLorean. I've actually sat in the replica of the Back to the Future car, the DeLorean. It's awesome. It's small, but time circuit's on. Let's go back in time, baby. Let's go back in time. Absolutely. That would be freaking awesome, man. I'm definitely picking the DeLorean for sure. And again, guys like Jinja Ninja here and Tim, um, one of my good supporters. I want to give him a big shout out. Two of them actually is Movie Jeff Beechuk. He's been following me forever. Big Stallone guy. Pretty much comments on every single video. That's the kind of engagement that really grew the channel, guys. Because YouTube sees that. They see the engagement, the likes, all that kind of stuff. But guys like Ginger here and Tim, and another shout out to Nick Chang. Nick Chang comments on every video. He comments on every short, like almost every short, every community post. Just so it's I want to thank you all, but there's certain people who have really like what I have to say, I guess, and really, boosted the community up. So I really appreciate you all for that. Caleb, my man, what's going on, buddy? He says, hello there. Hello there. My good friend Caleb, he is awesome too. He's been a very big supporter of mine. We collab all the time. So thanks, Caleb, again for your friendship. Your just the way you talk about movies. It's just amazing to sit here and have a friend like you to talk movies about. So definitely hit up the Dark Ether Files podcast for sure. Hit their channel up. He does great job over there. And Caleb and I will be doing getting into the Godzilla and King Kong stuff soon in March. So look forward to that. All right. What else you guys got for me here? Oh, here we go. Austin says, "Are you going to review the new Planet of the Apes and Alien films when they come out?" Oh, I'm going to try. I'm going to try. In April, I'm going to go through all of the Planet of the Apes movies. So I think it comes out in May. That I'm going to try in May to review that when I see it and then do a ranking. That's definitely the plan, though. Like, I'm going to be doing all Planet of the Apes stuff in April. And the Alien film comes out in August. I've already reviewed Alien and Aliens. So I have to go through Alien 3 and 4 and uh Prometheus and all that kind of stuff. I'm putting out a Predators review soon from 2010. I'm going to be doing that. I've already done Predator 1, Predator 2. I'll be doing Predators, and I got another video I'm doing the best and the worst of the Predator, not the best and worst, the best and worst moments of the Predator franchise, where I go through each Predator movie and give you my best moment and my worst moment. And let me tell you, the Predator sucks so fucking bad that it was actually hard to find a good moment. But I tried. I tried. Caleb says 100%, brother. We work great together. I'm excited for March. Me too. All right. Tim says you had a poll. You asked us Team Ridley, Team Dutch, Team Barney Ross. What's your pick? Oh, so I have to pick now. So basically, I said you're surrounded by a pack of aliens, xenomorphs. What team is protecting you? Team Predator. So Dutch and his team, the aliens team, or the Expendables team. My knee-jerk reaction was to go with Team Dutch. This because they were badasses, man. They were disciplined, they were on point, they were badasses, but they were up against something that was camouflage, it was hunting them. But you know, I may have to, my heart's going with Team Barney Ross. I have to Team Barney Ross, man. If you include Chuck Norris in there, you got Stallone, Chuck Norris, Arnold. You got some Jet Li, Jason Statham, those all those guys packed to the nines. I think I'm taking Team Barney Ross. I'm always going to be on Stallone's side. Austin says, "Nice, sounds awesome. Excited to see what's next for you." Yeah, so am I. I do got a lot. I do got things planned out this year, guys. It's just how much I can get done and how much I can't. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna be going through like the Planet of the Apes. We're gonna be doing a slasher month. I'm gonna be going back to 80s slashers. I'm gonna be doing summer blockbusters. I'm gonna be doing like the summer blockbusters like Jaws and Back to the Future and shit like that. I'm gonna be doing a John Hughes month. I'm gonna do some John Hughes films. I'm gonna be doing like a paranormal month. Hopefully, I don't. That's the plan for October. Some westerns. I want to hit on a lot of different things this year for sure. Tim says, "When is the 24-hour Sly marathon watch party?" Fuck, I don't think I have that in me, but I'd like to do something though. I'd like to do something kind of like a little film festival where we pick maybe a Stallone film festival or I've already watched a lot of Stallone movies already though, so I don't know. Maybe an 80s action film festival or something. I don't know yet. But don't be shy, guys. Always give me recommendations through my Instagram, through the channel, and I'll listen to it. Excuse me. That monster man. Whew. Tim says, fuck yeah. Team Barney Ross. Yeah, I think I gotta go with Team Barney Ross. Austin says, would you review the older John Carpenter horrors? Would love to see your take on Christine. Yeah, I eventually I will. I have done Halloween, the first Halloween. I have done Assault on Precinct 13. Recently did that. So, um I definitely I'll review the thing when it comes time, and I'll definitely do Christine. I like Christine. That would get a good review. I give you that. I'll give you that. I like that movie. Ledger Forever, another good support. It says can't stay, but congrats on 1.1. Did I hit 1.1 thousand subscribers? Oh shit! I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Like I said, guys, this is I know how much of a grind YouTube is. I know how much of a grind. All you guys who are under 1,000 who are grinding away, grinding away, grinding away. You got to keep grinding. You got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. Keep doing what you love. You'll eventually will see the results. Um, I think one thing I've done too, at least done fairly good, is made adjustments because YouTube's strange. You'll get videos that are doing really well, then the next then some a couple won't do well, and then I made adjustments. I said, well, maybe it's the genre. Maybe people are just not watching me for that, and I tried to establish this. I was trying to establish a niche for these 80s 90s action movies that no one was talking about. That's what I was trying for. And it seemed to work. I mean, a lot of like I wanted to talk about Bloodsport. I wanted to talk about Marked for Death, and I wanted to talk about Chuck Norris and do an Alphabet Action Movie Challenge, which that was one of the better months on the channel. Was the Alphabet Action Movie Challenge that did really well. I really brought a lot of people in. So, um, but yeah, I'm glad it's working, but it's a grind, man. You're working all the time. I mean, if you're not editing, you're recording something. You're not recording, you're creating thumbnails. If you're not creating thumbnails, you're on social media making posts. You're doing design. You're all like to keep consistent at this. You're always working. You're always working. But yeah, it's a grind, and anything I can do to help anybody in the community who wants to start a channel, or it says, well, how did you get to 1,000 like that? How did you grab your audience? What did you do? You know what I mean? So I'd be glad to help. I'd be glad to give. I mean, I'm not an expert at this shit. I'm not. I just did it. I just, said this is the kind of content I like to watch, and that's what I try to create. Last week, you had First Blood Part 2 watch party, wicked opening scene. What's your favorite all-time opening scene? Um, I was actually gonna do a video on this, Tim. Um, God, my all-time favorite opening scene. Okay, I'll give you a few I like. I really love Terminator 2's opening scene. The really tense music, that Brad Fiddle music, and Linda Hamilton talking, and then you see that big epic scene of the Terminators wiping everyone out. There's a big battle and everything like that. That's a great opening scene. Um, I absolutely love the beginning of Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, digging up Jason, the Frankenstein shit, the montage, the horror, um, Jason getting struck by lightning, come out of the grave, punches the guy's fucking heart out. One of the best horror openings of all time. But man, I have a whole list. Blade, the movie Blade has a great opening. Excuse me. Star Wars: A New Hope. The freaking chasing the rebel ship. You see the big what's it called? An Imperial destroyer. Pew, 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 you know what I mean? But I think you can't go wrong with Jaws, man. I think Jaws has one of the most terrifying, greatest opening scenes of all time. The opening to Jaws is absolutely fantastic, man. Where she's in there swimming all alone, Jaws bites her and she's getting pulled away from end to end. It's just terrifying because you don't see the shark. You don't see the shark, and the actress had to sell it. You know what I mean? She had to sell that shark. That scene is why you're so terrified of what's underneath the water. You know what I mean? So those are a few, Tim. I would really like to do either a live stream or a video of my favorite opening scenes. Um, yeah, that I'm trying to think action wise. Man, it's tough when you're put on the spot. Ledger says, "Never lose yourself, satisfying everyone. Always be yourself and rank and review what you want." That's what I try to do. Ginger says, "I did the A to Z of horror. That was a lot of fun, but a lot of work. So I know what you mean with your action alphabet challenge. Yeah, I'd like to do a horror one actually. Um, I think a horror one would be a lot of fun, but it would take some planning. This is going to take crackerjack timing, Wang. I can't wait for A to Z of horror part 2. Yeah. Like I just said, I would like to do that. I really would. That'd be a lot of fun. Legend says you forgot the opening to Scream and Halloween and Jurassic Park. Yeah, Scream has a pretty good opening. Jurassic Park is not as good as Jaws, but it's good. And Jurassic Park's a fantastic movie though. And Halloween has a good opening scene too. It does. It's not my favorite of like all time or anything, but it has a good opening scene. Yeah, there's a lot of great ones, man. Master and Commander has a great opening scene. I don't know if you guys have seen Master and Commander. That has a fantastic Saving Private Ryan. Man, that opening scene to Saving Private Ryan, fantastic. This is not exactly an opening scene per se, but the character introduction to Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, that has a fantastic opening scene. Like opening character introduction where you think he's on this big ship and he's just sitting there, he salutes the dead pirates and you find out he's on this little boat and he's sinking. What a great way to introduce a character. Great way to introduce a character, man. Another great supporter, man. Me and Matt, Fachi Cinema, give him a sub, give him a like. We go back a long way. A long way, man. Me and Matt started together. He's one of my great friends on YouTube. And it's been good to be working with you again there, Matt. I can't wait. We're gonna be watching Fright Night on his channel next Tuesday. So you guys got to tune into that because Fright Night's my where is it? Fright Night's my absolute favorite vampire flick. I absolutely love Fright Night, man. He says, "What's going on, brother? Congrats on 1,000. Who are some of your favorite people to collab with?" Well, you, obviously you. There's so many, Matt. There are so many. I love getting together with the Night Watch Zone. We don't get enough time. Me and Night do not get enough time together. We really don't. Me and Night Watch are really good together. We have very similar movie tastes. He's another really good friend. Me and Fandom Empire, Sean Giroux from Fandom Empire is a great dude. I sponsor their channel. They're really big on Halloween and Star Wars and other fandom like Game of Thrones. Definitely, I don't get on their channel enough, but I really love collabing with them. Obviously, Caleb, my good friend, the movie ranker, Nick, he's one of my favorite friends on YouTube. Love collabing with him. I like collabing with everybody, but there's just certain people you gel with a little bit more. And you know what? You and me, Fachi, we tear it up whenever we do a watch along or whatever, man. We're really good together, dude. I love collabing with you. The Rocky File podcast. I love getting together with Stacy and Mike. Absolutely love. They're two great people on this platform that I just adore, man. All right, now we're coming in with some questions. Tim says, your opinion, who's the best villain? Darth Vader. When I think of the greatest villain of all time, that just Darth Vader just enters my brain. Um, he's just so menacing. I mean, the Empire Strikes Back Vader. I'm talking the Vader that doesn't give a fuck. He's choking everyone out through it. I love his voice, the look of Darth Vader. He's so iconic, menacing. Just a great, great villain. Ledger Forever says one word for the opening of Save It Private Ryan. Brutal. Absolutely, man. Brutal. Brutal. Movie Jeff. I just gave you a shout out earlier there, Jeff. One of my longtime supporters, Jeff, has just been an amazing person in this community, like my community anyway, and really grew the channel with all his comments and everything, the engagement. So here he is. Better film, Cobra or Over the Top? I think Over the Top is the better film, and it's my favorite. I love Over the Top. It's like my fourth favorite Stallone film. I don't give a fuck what anyone says about Over the Top. It is awesome. I absolutely love it. It's a great it's a great movie to sit and watch with your kids. Like if you have boys. Um Me and my son just love watching that movie. It's a great movie to bond with your son. My dad took me in 1987 to go see Over the Top, and so it just has very special memories. My dad used to arm wrestle all the time for like money at a tavern and stuff like that. So there's so much of it that's just, is really me. You know what I mean? I just really relate to that movie in some ways. All right, Tim's talking to people. Yeah, it was a tough choice. But Cobra's awesome too, man. Cobra is awesome too. The one-liners in that movie. This is where the law stops and I start. Better film, Jeff says, Alien or The Thing. I don't even have to think about this one. And I love Alien, but The Thing is just pure 5 out of 5 gold. The Thing is the best thing Carpenter has ever done. And I don't even know how that's even an argument. That movie is just a masterpiece to me. that the mood he creates, that atmosphere up in the freaking Antarctica and all that, the characters, they all feel real. And when shit starts hitting the fan, man, that movie just gets out of a fucking control. And there's one-liners in it. There's real good tension. That music, dun 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 dun. And you got a good old Kurt Russell with the fucking beard, playing chess on his computer, and he's just like he loses in chess. He's like cheat, takes his drink, cheating bitch, and pours his scotch in the fucking in the hard drive. Oh god, just love it. Practical effects, man. Practical effects in that movie. They still hold up, man. Like, it's just amazing how much they hold up. Legend says Over the Top is my 20th favorite film of all time. And yes, over Jaws. I wouldn't put it that far, but I love me some Jaws, but man. Tim says Cobra, go ahead. I don't shop here. Yeah, that has so many great one-liners. Legend says keep watch burn. Rocky 2, T2, The Thing. Oh God, don't. That's tough, man. Keep watch or burn. Oh God, man. Well, I'm more of a T1 fan than T2, so this is gonna hurt. But I gotta burn T2. I gotta keep The Thing, and I'm watching Rocky 2. Oh, there it is. I'm done. I'm done. Movie Jeff says, "Do you think Adrian really went over to Clever Lang's apartment to see a real man?" Hey, woman, how you like to be with a real man? No, I do not, Jeff. I do not think she went over to Clover's apartment to be with a real man. That's not Adrian's style. That's the kind of, you know what? If they ever remade Rocky, that's probably what they'd make her like. They'd make Adrian a more spontaneous and not spontaneous, but more fiery kind of chick. You know what I mean? Who knows how they'd do it? I don't know. Um, Tim says, "What's your favorite one-liner of all time?" Oh God, I don't know. There's so many good ones. I mean, Yippee Ki Yay's got to be up there, right? Yippee Ki Yay, motherfucker from Die Hard. That's got to be up there. Oh God, this the one-liners are tough, man. They just come to me off the top of my head sometimes. Um, I really do like, the one in Cobra. I don't deal with psychos. I just put them away. That's a pretty good one. Um, I'm a disease. You're a disease, and I'm the cure. That's a really good one. Ledger says, "Keep watch or burn." The Dark Knight, Jaws, Back to the Future. Burning the Dark Knight. Um, keep keeping Jaws, watching Back to the Future. Oh, it's funny that you asked this, Jeff, because my good supporter Nick Chang, who's I gave him a shout out earlier. He's helped grow the channel so good because of his engagement. Anyways, he wants me to do a top 10 action stars of all time, and I'm gonna rate them by their how good their movies are, their charisma, their maybe one-liners. Like, I'm gonna actually rate their different categories too. But anyways, it's no secret. It's no secret here. Stallone and Arnold at number one and two. Um, Clearly, I mean, my favorite movies are Terminator, Predator, Rocky, First Blood. You know what I mean? It's when it's what's hard is after that, where to put everyone. Like, my 3rd is really hard. It's tough. It's tough. I love Vic Van Damme. I love Clint Eastwood. I love Charles Bronson. I love Chuck Norris. I love Jason Statham. I like Donnie Yen. I mean, oh god, it gets really tough after that. Really tough. I'd have to think about that, but Stallone and Arnold are they always have been. I'm from a kid from the 80s. It's 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 tough. It's tough. Legend says Stallone, Arnold, and Bruce Willis. Legend, if you're going off of those categories, then Arnold wins. um, you got a point, Jeff. Willis barely made any action films outside of the Die Hards. Yeah, he. I always looked at Bruce Willis as more of an actor. Like, he's a really good actor. He can do comedy. He can do action. You can put him in horror. You know what I mean? Like The Sixth Sense, and you are right to a certain point. Like, he did The Last Boy Scout, great action movie. He's done some his I mean, it's so sad what's happened to him, but the last 5 or 10 years, he was really just cashing it in on a lot of things. But he has The Fifth Element. But he's not as much as a pure action star as I would say Stallone or Arnold. Legend says, "What do you think of Pulp Fiction?" It's okay. I'm not a big Tarantino fan. I'm really not a big Tarantino fan. So, um, I don't know. I liked it back in the day. I remember watching it a few years ago. I wasn't. It's not terribly good, or it's not terribly good, but the structure of the movie's pretty good. I like the one liners in it, but his style is just not my thing all the time. Jeff says, "Can Clint Eastwood pull off one final Dirty Harry film?" Maybe. I don't. How he's utilized. How would he be utilized? That's what I think of. Like, maybe if Clint Eastwood's telling the story of an old cold case file or something. Um, I don't know if I'd want to see him de-age because he'd move like an old man. You know what I mean? But if he was telling the story and helping out in other ways on a case, I think that might be cool with a younger cop, asking for his help and stuff like that. Ledger says, "Gotta go. Congrats." Thank you, man. Thank you for your support. Have fun, Ledger. Doing a great job on your channel too. Tim says Red and Red 2, pretty awesome movies. I haven't seen those, believe it or not. I haven't seen Red or Red 2. Ginger Ninja says that of all the action movie stars, who do you think should have been a bigger star? Like Mark Dacascos, Olivia Grunner, Don the Dragon Wilson. Who should have been a bigger star? Well, this is someone who is very well known, but as an action star, I think this guy who I'm about to mention could have been just as big as Stallone, but he went more of an actor's route, character actor route, and that's Michael Biehn, man. Michael Biehn could have been one of the. I think if he was, I don't know if that was just a choice of his, but he could have been one of the biggest action stars I think of all time. After the Terminator and Aliens, he did Navy SEALs. Then, he does Tombstone where he's the villain, but I think that guy, if he chose to take this route of the action star, I think he would have been one of the biggest. Now, he's a huge character actor, but as far as an action star, I think he would have been one of the biggest. These I actually the names you mentioned, Jinja, I'm not familiar with those names, but I may know them by seeing them, but the names I'm not familiar with as much. So you'll have to let me know what movies they're in and stuff, or give me a list on send me a list or something like that. Um, he also did Time Bomb, very underrated film. Yeah, Michael Bihn's been in a lot too, like The Seventh Sign. Um, he's been in so much. He's just done so much. My mind's blank right now, man. Movie Jeff says your top 3 Van Damme films. Well, Bloodsport got to be there. I think we'd all agree with that, right? For me personally, Bloodsport. This is another tough one, buddy, because God, I love Universal Soldier, but I also love Kickboxer. Um, Hard Target is a pretty good one. Mm. Let me tell you something. This may be controversial, but he did a couple movies when he was older. One called In Hell, I really like, and one called Six Bullets. Those are some pretty good movies. I haven't seen Time Cop, Jeff, in a long time. So, like, to the point where I hardly even remember it. So, I will say let's just say Bloodsport, Kickboxer, and Universal Soldier for now. All right. Tim says, you're asked to continue a franchise as the lead actor. What franchise you picking? Oh, God. You're asked to continue a franchise as the lead actor. What franchise you picking? Man, I'm picking some freaking Rambo. I want to be Rambo, man. Just give me some fucking guns and bullets and just. That's me, man. That's me. Let me wear the red headband and this fucking tear the fucking jungle up, man. Ginger says, "In Hell was good, bro. Dude, it was so good because he wasn't fighting kung fu style. This was a prison movie. This was raw and gritty, busting noses, busting bones, dirty, in the mud. Kind of like that Lethal Weapon fight in the end with Riggs and Gary Busey on the front lawn at the end of Lethal Weapon. What makes that so good is how muddy and gritty it is. You know what I mean? Absolutely love that fight. So yeah, In Hell was excellent, dude. I love it. I recommend that one. So like, I really should do a series on straight to DVD. Those B movie action movies that no one hears about. That would be a really good series to do because there's a lot that I've watched that I'm like, man, no one talks about this one. This one was good. Hell yeah, I am, Jeff. I am awaiting a new Friday the 13th film. I can't wait till they get off their asses and make another one or this legal shit. I know we got the Camp Crystal Lake series coming out. That's going to be interesting because I love Mama Voorhees, but we haven't got a trailer yet. I think they're going to be filming this summer, so I'm very interested. But as far as like bringing back Jason in the hockey mask, slashing it up, yeah, I'm dying. I'm fucking dying for one. It will make money. It will make money. That's for sure. Absolutely, man. Tim says, name a movie you love where everyone hates on it, but you don't give a fuck. What's your movie? Oh, man. That everybody hates on. Oh, tough. Tim, you asked the hardest questions. That everybody hates on. Hmm. That's a tough one. Well, I mean, Over the Top is liked by fans and everything, but when you see Rotten Tomatoes and everything and it's got like a 28% or something like that, it's like, "Whoa, what are you talking about?" Over the Top's fantastic. That everyone hates on it. Oh, Tim, that's a tough one. Maybe I'll message you later when I think about it more. Um, that'd be a good video actually. Movies that everyone hates that you love. I think that's done before by a lot of channels, but um, let me think. Let me put that in the back of my mind a bit because there's a I don't know. Hate's a strong word. You know what I mean? Like everyone hated the Predator pretty much. And rightly so. It was dog shit. So it's something like that where like, oh, I like that movie, but everyone else hated it. Actually, I'm a fan of AVP Requiem. Actually, guys, me and the wife just did a Predator marathon, and we turned our TV up because you can't see a fucking thing in that movie. So AVP Requiem, we turned the brightness up. It's a completely different experience watching that movie. You actually see when you can see everything, and you see the great practical effects they had. That's actually I've always found that movie enjoyable. A good seeing the Predator and aliens tearing it up in this suburban town. I've always liked it. So that's one I got so far. I've always liked that movie. Jeff says, "Do you ever watch Expendables 4?" Not yet. I don't want to pay for it. I saw it at Walmart and I resisted because I'm like, I'm not paying over $20 because I think it is going to be a piece of shit when I watch it. I don't think it's going to be great. I haven't heard any good. I mean, not any. I haven't heard any good things about it. Anything. Um, so yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna wait for it so I can watch it on Prime for free or something like that. Jin just says going opposite of what Tim said. Name a movie you hate where everyone loves. Movie I hate that everyone loves. Um, I'm not a fan of The Witch. I'm not a fan of The Lighthouse. Everyone seemed to like those movies. Not a huge fan of those. Um, I'm not a big Scream fan. I People praise Scream. Um, and I'm talking the original Scream. Yeah, it did a lot. I can see where people like what it did for horror. I'm not big on the characters in it. It has a great opening, but it gets too comedic for me. It's a B minus at most for me. You know what I mean? I'm not a huge Scream fan, so it's that's one I say practically everyone loves. I don't hate it, but practically everyone loves it. Um, what else? A movie you hate which everyone loves. Let's see. I think of something in the action genre here. What's an action movie that everyone seems to love? Um, well, I'll give you a Stallone. I don't hate this movie, not really, anyway. Um, I know Cliffhanger gets praised a lot, but you guys watched my review. I wasn't as big on Cliffhanger as everyone else is when it comes to Stallone movies. It doesn't even crack my top 10 Stallone flicks. So, like I said, hate's a powerful word. I don't know if I hate anything really. I'll keep that one in the back of my mind too. Movie Jeff says your top 3 favorite music bands. Iron Maiden. I love Iron Maiden. I love Queen, the rock band Queen, and I love AC/DC. Um, if we're counting solo artists, now this guy didn't start as a solo artist, but Alice Cooper is my favorite of all time. That was an actual band, the Alice Cooper band. So add him, and I really love Muddy Waters. I love Johnny Winter. I'm a huge blues fan, huge blues fan. But as far as bands, let's just say Alice Cooper, Iron Maiden, Queen, and AC/DC. That's my jam, man. That's just that's what I rock to out in life. That's for sure. Tim says I saw Expendables 4 in the theater. Just have fun with it. They keep making them. I'll keep going. Yeah. Um. Yeah. But I just don't want anything that's. I don't want. I want them to put some fucking effort into it. Like when Stallone was directing Expendables 1, the man put effort into it. He wanted to create something special for the fans. And now I feel like they're just I haven't seen Expendables 4 yet, but now I feel like they're just, oh, they'll just put this in there. They'll like this, you know what I mean? And it looks like it was cast horribly. That's what it looks like. So I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. I do like Rush, but if I only had to pick three or four, Rush, Tragically Hip's okay. I'm not a big fan of Tragically Hip. Even though they're Canadian and everything, I get it, but yeah, I'm a big Alice Cooper fan, man. I love Alice Cooper. I love AC/DC. I was just listening to AC/DC the other day. Remember when they did Big Gun for the Last Action Hero? That was great, man. That was great. Um, Rush is good though, Tim. Yeah, I do love Rush. I do love Rush. All right, guys. Any more questions? Because it's been over an hour. I'll wrap this thing up soon. So many of you to thank, so all you subscribers, thank you. Every 1,000 of you, or 1,100 apparently now. 1,100 of you. Ginger says Expendables 4 not missing anything for me was a letdown. Yeah. I'd like to watch it and then just rank. I'd like to rank the all four of them. Um, because I'm pretty familiar with a lot of them. And I returned to three now, and if you could, the younger characters weren't great, but three still had some good stuff going for it. So I think easily Expendables 4 is probably going to be the worst one for sure. I agree. Yeah, I'm gonna try and watch it as soon as I can, guys. Gonna try and watch it as soon as I can for sure. I don't get a chance to watch a whole lot of new movies. Um, I know you like your Death Wish 3, Jeff. Death Wish 3, greatest film ever. Um, you know that, Jeff, you know something? A movie that everyone hates that I love. Now, obviously, us fans, people who come to this channel, probably most of them like Death Wish 3. But according to Rotten Tomatoes, and it's not very liked. So I love Death. I always have a blast with Death Wish 3. I think the villain is great. I think Bronson taking out the garbage, taking out the freaking trash of these thugs is just awesome, man. Um, for sure. So I got a question. Can you stay another hour? You rock, my friend. Unfortunately not. I'm gonna go spend some time with my wife. So but we'll do this again, guys. If you demand it, if you keep asking me, I'll try. I'm gonna try and put regular live shows in that are not watch parties. Watch parties are something a little bit different, but I mean like shows. Like I've been trying to think of some ideas for shows in the future, like when horror and action collide, talking about Terminator, Cobra, 10 to Midnight, Silent Rage, you know what I mean? Um, I've been trying to think of some shows to do live that are not so much pre-recorded content, something I can just come on live and we can talk about. Since I'm an action guy, I've been trying to think of action topics to talk about, but we'll see. I'm always trying to, switch things up here and there. So Tim says, "Fuck Rotten Tomatoes." Yeah, I know, right? They're completely out the lunch to me. That's what they got to do, though. They got to criticize, right? I know I call my reviews movie reviews. I do give you a review. I say I think you'll like this if you're this kind of fan. You won't like it if you're this kind of fan. But I'm not much of a critic, though. I mean, what do I know about movies? I mean, I'm not. I didn't go to. I'm not a film scholar know all that kind of stuff. I just look at the movie and go, "Hey, this is what I like. This is what I think you'll like." I'm more like a film lover, I would say. You know what I mean? But yeah, this was a lot of fun, guys. A lot of fun. Tim says, "What's your favorite movie poster that isn't Rocky or Rambo?" I really like Halloween 2 poster. I like the original Friday the 13th poster. Um, Terminator and Predator. They have really good posters, which are right there on this wall. The Cobra poster's pretty badass, man. I like the Cobra poster. That's another video I thought about doing, like 80s posters, talking about 80s posters. That'd be a lot of fun. Um, I got a bunch of VHS tapes here. Um, oh, that's tough. Trying to think here. Tough question. Ginger says, "Gotta run, take it easy." And again, congrats on the 1100 subs. Thanks, man. I really appreciate your support, Ginger. And you keep rocking out that content, brother. I'll keep watching. Peace. All right, guys. I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm gonna, it's getting pretty late, 10:09. But I love doing this. We'll try and do it again very soon. And I'll be setting some goals for the channel for sure, guys. The next big one will be 5,000 subs. That will be the next big one. The next big one will be five. I'm going for 5,000, guys. I'm going for it. I am going for it. I'm going for the 5,000 subscribers. I'm gonna next big goal is just to get better engagement, better watch time, and creating better content. That's what I want to do, and just growing this community we have. Basically, that's a big goal. Growing this community. Okay, Tim, your last question, my friend. Just text me if you want to know anything else. Says anything you want. Pick one piece of movie memorabilia you could own. The belt that Rocky raises when he wins the champion Rocky 2. The belt. The Rocky belt, championship belt. Dude, I would love to own that thing. All right, guys, this was fun. Thank you for joining me. My name is Jason. You're watching Backtrack Cinema. I'll see you next time, and I'll see you in the movies. And thank you, every one of you. I love you all. Thank you for growing the community. Thanks for watching all that jazz. 1,000 or 1,100 now, I guess. What an amazing ride, man. And let's just keep doing it, man. Let's just keep doing these and having fun on this channel. So I'm saying good night. Cheers, everyone.